Let's bring Adam Schefter in here. Adam, interesting there from Lynch. What more can you tell us about Trey Lance and the quarterback situation in San Francisco?
Oh, Laura, we have breaking news right now. Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers officially is being traded to the New York Jets. And it just came down moments ago in a trade involving 6 picks. Aaron Rodgers is going to the New York Jets. It's official. It is happening. Finally, after all this time, we've been waiting for this trade to happen, and now it is. And here are the details of the trade that just came down. The Jets are sending their first-round pick this year, their second-round pick this year.
Sorry.
Well, hold on. Big swagoo, hold on. Their second-round pick next year, it's a conditional pick. They get back the Packers' first-round pick this year and a fifth-round pick, but the trade is coming down. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet. It is official. The two sides are in agreement right now, and essentially here are the terms of the trade that I can give you exactly as it stands. The Jets, and again, this is in real time, so it's coming in. Aaron Rodgers, pick number 15 in the first round, a 2023 fifth-round pick, number 170. The Packers get pick number 13, a 2023 second-round pick, number 42. The Jets' first-round pick, first pick in the second round. A sixth-round pick, number 207. A conditional 2024 second-round pick that becomes a 1 if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays this year. And so the trade that we've been waiting for finally has been agreed to. Aaron Rodgers is being sent to the Jets, and the Jets have a quarterback, and the Packers have extra draft capital and extra draft ammunition.
Adam, fascinating as you hear the haul on both sides and how this ended up going down. I think that conditional pick is what really sticks out to me based on Rodgers' play. But I just want to follow up with this. How did they finally get to this point? It feels like the first-round picks had to have been involved here, certainly, especially for the Packers side of things.
Well, Laura, listen, it's draft week, and both sides need to get this done. The Packers need the draft capital to surround Jordan Love with those picks. And the Jets want their quarterback. He wants to be a part of the offseason program. And so it was only a matter of time before they got this deal done. They've been talking here in recent days, trying to get this worked out. And now, officially, it is agreed to. And there you see the terms of the trade that just went down, a historic trade. The second time the Jets have gotten a trade done like this with the Packers. You remember the last time they traded for Brett Favre. That was a conditional fourth-round pick. A conditional fourth-round pick. This time, the trade is done. And obviously, you see the extensive terms there that we discussed, but it's a historic deal in this particular situation.
Shifty to go, man.
Go ahead, Mina.
Shifty is to go.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So many thoughts in response to this. First of all, say going from 15 to 13 is not totally insignificant because you're jumping the Patriots, and if the Packers are in the market for a wide receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba, for example, might be there at 13 and not at 15. So just going to throw that out there. Yeah. But Laura, I think you hit on it. The aspect of this deal that jumps out the most to me is that conditional second-round pick. I wouldn't be surprised if that is what was holding it up, frankly, because the Jets obviously wanted some security that they were trading for a player who's actually going to play this season. And for the Packers to get what I believe more likely than not will be a first-round pick, granted probably a later first-round pick, but still for Aaron Rodgers, that is a victory. No, I feel like no buts about it. That's a win for Green Bay.
Yeah, again, that was the conditional 2024 second-round pick that Adam just reported on. It becomes a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays. Really important there. Go ahead, Dan.
65% of the plays this season, right, Shefty?
That's correct, Dan. 65% injury, whatever it may be. He's got to be out there for 65% of the Jets' offensive plays. And I think this was one of the hang-ups in the deal. I think the Packers really wanted to come out of this with a first-round draft pick somehow. And this is the closest that the Jets were willing to go by providing a conditional second-round pick next year that could become a 1 if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays.
Yeah, so
that's the situation. Yep.
Shefty, as always, the best in the business. Tremendous. Jets are Super Bowl contenders. That remains in place. I think the two things that stand out, so he could potentially be traded for 2 number 1 picks and the number 2 pick. That is a massive cost for the Jets that had to do it. I do like the fact that they have a first-round pick, though. Mina, your point about going to 13 in front of New England is great, but I still think the Jets can get the offensive tackle they want at 15. I still think that there's going to be, so like we had all thought they would take one at 13. They still should be able to get the quarterback they wanted and needed in Rodgers, and also should be able to get one of the first-round offensive tackles that Group of 5 kind of has the opportunity to have.
The 13th overall pick this year, the number 42 pick in the second round. They get a 6th round pick this year and a conditional 2nd round pick next year that becomes a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays. It is done. Aaron Rodgers is being traded to the Jets. These two sides have haggled over this deal for 6 weeks, going back and forth, trying to come up with some sort of compensation package that would work for both teams. Obviously, with the draft being this week, it was only a matter of time before they stepped up. And oh, by the way, the Jets get back Aaron Rodgers. And even though Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Namath has given permission to Aaron Rodgers to wear his number 12, my understanding is that Aaron Rodgers is going to wear number 8 in New York, the number 8 that he wore in college at Cal out of respect to Joe Namath. So he's not going to take the 12 that was offered up. So he's going to lose that number 12, and instead go with number 8 and wear number 8 with the New York Jets.
Okay, I see what you did there. He wanted you to lose his number, actually, Adam. Marcus, go ahead. We haven't heard from you yet on this breaking news from Adam Schefter that the trade has been finalized. Aaron Rodgers is a Jet.
This is a fine job of GMing by Brian Gutekunst, and I know he's taken a lot of scrutiny throughout this entire process of seeing Aaron Rodgers and deciding if he was going to come back. But for both teams in particular, one, they both win because they address the enormous needs that they have. But to get back to what Mina brought up and Dan, to get 2 first-round picks, the 65%, obviously that's boring. No injury. If he's not injured, he's going to play 65% of the snaps.
Right.
But you get 2 1s and the 2. They also got that 2nd round pick this year. And we've been talking about Green Bay and the positioning that they needed to be in order to build around Jordan Love. Whether you are building a roster out and you have to draft a quarterback of the future, or whether you're building around Jordan Love based on how he plays this year, Green Bay has really set themselves up for the next couple of years to not only be able to maneuver if they find a quarterback, if they find out that Jordan Love is not the guy, but you also look at this team and this entire saga that they've been through with Aaron Rodgers. And for anyone at the beginning of this to come out to this point that we're at now, where both sides get what they want, and Green Bay is sitting there with a haul of draft picks and the opportunity to improve their team, Aaron Rodgers gets what he wants after everything we watched transpired. This is a phenomenal job of business by the NFL and 2 general managers, Joe Douglas as well, with not relenting on having a first-round pick, but having it just 2 picks later. Phenomenal GMing on both of these franchises' part.
A reminder that it's been just over a month, a little bit more than that ago, that Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show made it known that he wanted to be a New York Jet. As Adam told us, 6 weeks of time between these 2 teams trying to get this whole thing worked out. I do want to point out that we still expect the Packers to speak at 4:30 Eastern. That's in 3 or so minutes. So if that happens, we'll bring that to you live as soon as we can get it, and we'll see exactly what they say. Of course, they've got some good news, I think, on both sides to report here. Certainly, we'll let you know as soon as we hear from the Jets as well. Again, the breaking news here that Aaron Rodgers has become officially a New York Jet. I would like to get everyone's take right now on the Jets' Super Bowl chances. And the reason why I'm saying that, it sounds maybe extreme, but they don't do this unless they think they're winning the Super Bowl. Mina, what do you say to that?
Oh yeah, I think they're absolutely Super Bowl contenders, assuming, of course, that Rodgers can continue play at a high level. But when you look at this roster on both sides of the ball, they're so complete. Really, part of the reason why we've been harping on offensive tackle for them in the draft is because they don't really have other glaring needs. They could add at pass catcher, certainly, maybe safety. But to me, protecting Aaron Rodgers becomes job number 1, job number 2, job number 3. So if they're able to get a first-round talent with now pick 15 of right tackle, depending on how things shake out with Dwayne Brown and Mekhi Becton, I think that's the way to go. And if they can do that, there's no reason why this team can't go far in the AFC.
Yeah, there's a class in the AFC. It's Kansas City, it's Cincinnati, and it's Buffalo. The Jets are now in that class. Miami's going to be right there as well. But with this defense that's still young, I believe they re-signed Connor McGovern at center as well today. So this is an offensive line that should be a pretty darn good unit. With Aaron Rodgers and Shefty, if you're still with us, confirm to me, I think you said he wants to be a part of the offseason program as well, so they're expecting his attendance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is enormous.